Have you ever wondered how vast and intricate the world of cyber threats is? Welcome to this first chapter of our journey into the enigmatic web of cyber threats, that vast, invisible battleground where hackers and defenders are locked in an unending struggle. The digital world is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a place of infinite possibilities, a realm where boundaries are redrawn and the impossible becomes possible. On the other hand, it's a wild frontier, teeming with unseen dangers. A place where threats lurk in the shadows, ready to strike when least expected. These threats come in various forms, each more sophisticated than the last. Imagine malware, those sneaky little programs designed to infiltrate and damage computers without the user's consent. They're like digital parasites, latching onto the host and causing havoc from within. Or consider phishing, the art of digital deception. It's like a cyber con artist, tricking you into revealing your personal information, your passwords, your secrets. It's as if you're walking down a digital street and someone craftily picks your pocket without you even realizing it. And let's not forget ransomware, the dreaded digital kidnapper. It holds your precious data hostage, demanding a ransom for its release. It's akin to a digital heist, but instead of stealing a physical object, the thieves take something far more valuable: your data, your memories, your digital life. These cyber threats are not isolated incidents. They're part of a larger ecosystem, a complex network of digital dangers that are constantly evolving, adapting, and finding new ways to breach defenses. Each threat is a thread, and together they weave an intricate web, a digital tapestry of danger that spans the globe. With countless threats lurking in the digital shadows, one might ask, how can we visualize this complex network? Well, that's where the concept of live cyber threat maps comes into play, but more on that in the next scene. For now, let's take a moment to appreciate the vastness and complexity of the cyber threat landscape we navigate every day. Enter the world of live cyber threat maps, a real-time visualization of cyber threats worldwide. This isn't some sci-fi movie plot, it's the reality of cybersecurity in the 21st century. Imagine a digital globe pulsating with dots and lines that represent cyber threats happening as we speak. Each dot, a city under attack. Each line, a path of a potential data breach. This is what a live cyber threat map looks like. A global watchtower in the digital realm. These maps are akin to weather radars, but instead of tracking storms, they track cyber threats. They monitor the ebb and flow of malware, ransomware, phishing attacks, and other cyber threats in real time. Each attack visualized on the map is a reminder of the continual threats lurking in the digital shadows. But how do these maps gather their data? They pull information from a network of sensors spread across the globe. Sensors that detect and record cyber threats as they occur. These sensors act as digital watchmen standing guard over the internet's vast landscape. Once a threat is detected, its information is instantly added to the map. The result? A real-time visualization that allows us to witness the scale and scope of cyber threats worldwide. However, these maps offer more than just a bird's-eye view of cyber threats. They also provide valuable insights into the trends and patterns of cyber attacks. By observing these trends, cybersecurity experts can predict where and when the next attack might occur. It's like having a crystal ball, but for digital threats. Live cyber threat maps also serve as an educational tool. They allow us to visualize the magnitude of the cyber threats and understand how widespread and frequent these attacks are. They remind us that no one is immune to cyber threats and that we must always be vigilant. So these maps are not just fascinating to look at, they're crucial to staying one step ahead of cyber criminals. Now that we know what a live cyber threat map is, your next question might be, how does it work? Well, let's delve into the mechanics of it. At its core, a live cyber threat map is essentially a data visualization tool. It collects information from a multitude of sources, including but not limited to firewalls, antivirus software, and intrusion detection systems. This data is then processed and presented in an easily digestible visual format. So, how does this happen? Let's break it down. The first step is data collection. This involves gathering information about cyber threats from various sources. This data could include details about attempted cyber attacks, their origin, their target, and the type of threat. These sources could be anything from individual devices to large networks. Once the data is collected, it's time for some number crunching. This is where the raw data is processed and analyzed. Algorithms and sophisticated software work around the clock to sift through this data, identifying patterns, trends, and anomalies. This step is crucial as it helps distinguish between a genuine threat and a false alarm. Next comes the visualization. The processed data is then plotted onto a global map. Each cyber threat is represented by a line or a dot with its color and size indicating the severity and type of threat. The origin and the target of the attack are also depicted, giving viewers a sense of where the threats are coming from and who they're targeting. Finally, there's the real-time aspect. These maps are constantly updated, providing a live feed of cyber threats as they happen. This allows for immediate response and intervention, potentially preventing a cyber attack before it can cause any damage. So, there you have it. A live cyber threat map is a sophisticated tool that collects, processes, and visualizes data, providing a real-time snapshot of cyber threats across the globe. It's like having a pulse on the heartbeat of the internet, constantly monitoring for any signs of trouble. You might be wondering, why are these maps so important? Well, let's dive right into it. Live cyber threat maps are not just ornate displays of real-time cyber attacks, they are much more than that. They are the eyes and ears of the cyber world, providing crucial insights into the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats. Imagine you are a soldier on a battlefield. You want to know where the enemy is, right? The same principle applies to cybersecurity. Cyber threat maps give professionals an overview of where attacks are originating, their intended targets, and the type of attack being used. This information is invaluable for identifying trends, preparing defenses, and responding to threats. These maps can show us patterns we might not otherwise see. For example, they can reveal if a particular country is being targeted more than others, or if a specific type of threat is on the rise. This data can be used to predict future threats and develop strategies to counter them. But that's not all. Cyber threat maps also serve as an early warning system. When a new type of attack starts popping up on the map, cybersecurity professionals can spring into action to investigate. They can work to understand the threat, find a solution, and deploy defenses before the attack can do much damage. Furthermore, these maps help in creating awareness about the pervasiveness of cyber threats. They serve as a stark reminder that cyber threats are a global issue affecting every corner of the world, and no one is immune. In the ever-changing world of cybersecurity, knowledge is power, and live cyber threat maps provide that knowledge. They give us a fighting chance against the invisible enemies that lurk in the digital shadows, waiting for a chance to strike. In essence, these maps are a vital tool in the ongoing battle against cyber threats. They are the unsung heroes of the digital world, silently watching and alerting us to the dangers that lie beneath the surface of our connected world. Let's quickly recap what we've learned about live cyber threat maps. We started off by untangling the intricate web of cyber threats. From malicious software infecting our devices to hackers attempting to steal our personal information, we're living in a world where digital dangers lurk around every corner. We then dove into the fascinating world of live cyber threat maps. These are dynamic, real-time, visual representations of the cyber threats taking place across the globe. Think of them as the weather radar of the internet, tracking and predicting the stormy conditions of the cyber world. Next, we unearthed the mechanics of how these live cyber threat maps work. They gather data from a network of sensors spread worldwide, capturing the IP addresses involved in cyber attacks and their geographical locations. The data is then processed and visualized on a map, showing us the scale, source, and destination of these threats. It's like watching a high-stakes global chess game, with each move representing a potential cyber attack. We also discussed why these live cyber threat maps are so important. They not only provide us with a real-time overview of the cyber threat landscape, but also help cybersecurity professionals detect patterns, predict future attacks, and devise effective strategies to counter them. They're the unsung heroes of our digital world, silently working in the background to keep us safe. But remember, these maps are just one tool in our arsenal against cyber threats. It's crucial for us all to stay informed and vigilant. We're all part of this global network, and each one of us can make a difference by practicing safe online habits. So, continue to explore, continue to learn, and never underestimate the power of knowledge in this rapidly evolving digital landscape. The more we know, the better we can protect ourselves and our digital world. Remember, in the fast-paced world of the internet, knowledge is our best defense against cyber threats. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel.